Okay, this is take 2. Actually 3. Put yourself in a relaxed state. Now, just kidding. I don't know. Smoke a bowl, maybe. Something. Medicate. So, the hurricane, I was following it on Twitter. I was following a hurricane on Twitter. And the shelter near the evac zone for my area is a couple blocks away, this high school. And so they tweeted out that there were like a lot of people there. Like the picture had a bunch of people waiting to go in. So I made this big batch of pasta. I made some rice. I know it's a carb load, sorry. Starch, whatever. Packets of oatmeal, toilet paper, maxi pads, tampons, a deck of playing cards, a couple of books, you know, things that people in a shelter in that situation would need. Forks, plates. Sarah helped carry things over because it was a couple of big bags. And we walk in, and like the Red Cross or whatever they got this table set up. It looks like, you know, you're going in to vote or something, you know what I mean? It's in this gymnasium. And you can see kind of out in the background that like there's cots and stuff, but there's people still outside at picnic tables who just weren't ready to go in yet. Or whatever reason, like maybe they didn't have cots, I don't know. So I was like, hey, we're here to just, you know, drop off some donations. And they're like, we're not accepting donations. And I was like, what do you mean? How can you not be accepting donations? I was like, who's feeding these people? And they're like, they're bringing in their own food. And I said, well, most of them are homeless. You know? They're like, well, I'm sorry, we can't accept donations. And so they asked me to leave or whatever. So I step out and I'm taking pictures of all of them because I'm going to be, you know, complaining about the fact that, what is this? This is not aloha. This is the opposite of aloha. A hurricane is coming. People, you know, like, have we learned nothing? So anyway, I step outside and I'm just going to give everything to the people who are outside, while also saying to the people around me, this is ridiculous. Well, some of the Red Cross people follow me outside, and, you know, we're engaged in dialogue, and this police officer comes over because there's lots of cops there. Oh, sorry, my neck, but sometimes it helps when I stretch it just a little. So this police officer comes over, and this guy comes over, and the police officer is asking me what's going on. Oh, I totally just skipped a spot. So I'm taking pictures, right? This is how this happened. I'm taking pictures while complaining that this is ridiculous. You know, so I'm just snapping a snapshot of what everything looks like, because I'm going to tweet the news station, who's just like, hey, you know, like, oh, that was the thing too. I tweeted the news station after they had tweeted out the photo of all the people. I'm like, hey, do they need supplies? I'm just nearby. I'm thinking, yeah. Never got a response, but whatever. I guess I did. So, so I'm taking pictures as I'm leaving, you know, of just all these people who are like, I'm sorry, you know, we can't take your help, or we can't take your food, or we can't take this toilet paper, you know, whatever. And so shocked by it. While I'm taking a picture, one of the Red Cross people, this guy, apparently gets behind me, and he grabs me on the shoulders and tries to spin me and turn me to my left, and tries to turn me around, and like points me and pushes me. like, in a, like, don't take a picture or whatever reason, but spins me. He tries to spin me around. So I turn around and I say, do not ever put your hands on me. And then I calmly start to lecture him on how it's actually violent to put your hands on someone. You're not allowed to touch someone in this world. Hands to self stuff, okay? Total stuff. So this cop comes over and he's like really kind of an asshole towards me from the beginning. And he asked me what happened, and I explained to him that that person just put their hands on me. And I wanted to file a report about it. Actually, I don't even know if I wanted to file a report at that point, but I can't remember. So this Red Cross worker interrupts, this other Red Cross worker interrupts, and he starts telling the cop what happened. And I go, I'm sorry, hold on one second. He asked me the question, we're discussing this. And so this guy was like, you're right, I'm really sorry, I apologize, I'll wait my turn. So I took his picture and I said, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And so I went back to telling the cop what happened, and this part's all on video, and like he literally says, who's in charge here? And it's the guy who put his hands on me and shifted me. And so he asks him, will you please tell her to leave? And this whole time I'm asking the cop on video, because I'd grab Iris at this point, and I'm like, you can watch this video later. I'm like, what's the definition of assault? This person put their hands on me, pushed me, tried to move me. What's the definition of assault? Like, if it's not, what's the policy definition? Like, if I don't know the correct terminology, what is it? So then I can use that terminology to demonstrate that someone putting their hands on someone is wrong. Like, what language do you speak that you don't get this? And so I'm asking all of him these questions. So he asks the person in charge, he goes, tell her to leave. I don't even know if the guy actually told me to leave or not, but the cop got so pissed off, he slammed me up against this concrete column. I felt my tooth. He did something to my neck in the process, because I'm incredibly sore from like here down to here. And you can, if you want later, you can watch the injury journal, because I'm documenting this. I'm so, oh my gosh. So he like grabbed me around the neck out somehow, because this is where I'm sore, and he pushed me into this column, and I felt my tooth hit. I cannot tell you in my brain where I went, because I was like, oh my God, please don't knock my teeth out. Oh, I was so nervous about that. And so I rubbed my tongue around it, and my lips had gotten, they were swollen and felt kind of bloody on the inside. And so that happened, and I wasn't able to get my shoulders into a safe position. Oh, those guys. Because when he went to arrest me, he pulled my shoulders back in a really bad way that it hurt. And with yoga, I really try to be able to get myself into the correct position so it doesn't hurt. But he tried to break my wrists, fractured something, I don't know, they treat it like it's fractured. My shoulders, like, it hurts to put shirts on, so we're lucky. So when he arrests me, after he handcuffs me, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not gonna help you. So I just go limp, and he's like, walk, and I'm like, he's like, don't resist. Ugh. And I go, I'm not resisting, I'm not assisting. And so he drags me, he and his buddy, his partner lady, are dragging me, and Man, should have worn pants that day, let me tell you, because that really hurt. But I didn't care. That's where I go totally Taurus. There's like, I refused. I was not going to assist in this injustice. So, yeah, they throw me in the back of the cop car and take me to jail. Here's the thing, if Cirque had not walked with me to the place, no one would have known where I was. When they asked me if I wanted to make a phone call, and I was like, yeah, but I really had no idea who I was going to call. Like, I had no idea. And so they were like, tell us your passcode, and we'll go through and find your person to call. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not giving you my passcode. I have all of this on film. I know cops who erase film. There's no way. I was like, I won't make a phone call. So, and they told me I was going to be there for like over a week because of the hurricane, because everybody was off and everything was going to be closed. I was like, I don't care. So I get in my jail cell, my little solitary jail cell, and I start chanting. And I was doing some yoga because I know after a couple of other protest situations, which this was not a protest situation, this was a community outreach, doing a little bit of stretching and yoga after that kind of trauma really helps. So anyway, Reiki class 2 was canceled because of the hurricane. That, as you see, my hair's not even blowing. This hurricane, ooh, flash flooding, whatever. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, I will, I'm just gonna rest because I feel like I've been in a really, really, really bad car accident. Hugs to the kids, and I'll talk to you soon.